So here I am in my way too small, no longer fits Christmas shirt because I got these really cool Rudolph earrings that matches this really too small Christmas shirt from years ago. So we're just gonna, it's a day, it's a lunch. We'll pull it off. It'll all be good. I am here to talk to you about the coolest present ever, the gift of being present. And can I just say I am the most unlikely chick on the planet to talk to you about being present. Because for most of my 65 tours around the sun, I was absent. Growing up, ADHD, ADD, MOUSE, any kind of attention deficit issues were explained away as discipline problems. So no one ever suggested that perhaps my inability to sit in my seat and concentrate was a focus issue. It was just I was bad girl, bad girl. I spent a lot of time on the picnic bench outside the sliding glass door of the classroom where everybody could stare at me like a monkey in a zoo. And I never knew what I was doing wrong because my attention deficit presented in a million different ways. Usually I wasn't listening to the teacher. I wasn't even pretending to because I was somewhere else. And undiagnosed, we called it multitasking when I got into corporate America because I could do 11 things at once. And eventually they all got done. But I didn't realize that I really have an issue staying on topic. Some of you have figured that out. Staying on topic, staying in the moment. Now, I am good at creating great moments, and I love to celebrate everything. But when it comes to actually being in the moment, I'm probably not there. I've hurt a lot of people's feelings. It worked out really well in my marriage for 32 years because he couldn't hear and I wasn't listening, so we were all good. But in the almost three-ish years I've had by myself to really think about a lot of stuff, I realize what a drawback inattention is. I missed a lot of moments. And I think it was my inability to focus that I was always looking ahead. I was always planning the next thing. So if I was here, I was there. I was always ready. Maybe that was a defense mechanism. Maybe I was just trying to protect myself from what comes next. There's lots of reasons for that. I bore easily. It's really hard for me to listen to something if it doesn't captivate me right away. The first 2 pages of that book better enthrall me or I'm done and done. That I made it through the entire Harry Potter series is the biggest tribute in the world to J.K. Rowling because I was captivated from the first words. My point. I have one. Yesterday I got to drive in fog. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you search fog in this profile page because it really is one of my favorite videos I've ever done. It was a unexpected video talk on fog that I hadn't even been prepared for, that I was led to deliver, and it taught me so much. So this isn't about that experience of driving in fog in Santa Barbara in the 70s. This is actually more current. So yesterday I headed out about 2 hours away, southwest, and it was foggy. Like you can't do the speed limit foggy. Like at 70 miles an hour, you outran visibility. So I had to stick to about 60. And I really was terrified. If a deer, because it's deer migrating season, they're all over the place. If a deer was in my path, I probably wouldn't see it. I was deathly afraid people behind me and coming my way wouldn't see me. It was not a patch of road that I travel all that frequently. And I ended up going to places I've never even been before. So it was challenging, to say the least. And if you've ever driven in dense, heavy fog, you know that you need all of your senses, all of your faculties. I even turned the music off. I didn't want anything distracting me. My eyes were straight ahead and I was on high alert, and I stayed that way for 60 minutes, which for me, I think is a new personal best. But what was cool is I was so aware that I was so aware, because I never am. In the last 3 years, one of the things I've gotten to get a big dose of is regret for the times and the moments when I missed them, for my failure to be fully present. And so now, while I don't always succeed, I'm working towards being that person. That when you talk to me, I'm listening to you. That when you share your concerns with me, I'm not figuring out the solution for you or what I'm going to tell you next. Guilty. I'm trying to just be. And you know what? People have told me I'm becoming a good friend. Now, those that know me super duper duper well know that I have a big heart and I love fully, but I don't express it so well. Can be a little abrupt, a little harsh. In my effort to be a good person, I will probably tell you what to do and how to do it and when. And often what we need is someone to just show up. One of the greatest gifts I ever gave a gal who had recently lost her husband, like suddenly lost her husband, is I just showed up for her. I didn't say a word. I was just there. And I stayed with her. And I lasted through the visitation, the funeral, and then I disappeared. And we didn't have long, deep discussions. I was just there. I just stood up. Because some of the times, that's all people need, is you just being present. I got to go see my sister Stacy in New Hampshire and my sister Stephanie. And I really didn't want to try to catch up on over 20 years. I just wanted to hang with them. I just wanted to hang with them. Have a sandwich. Drink some water, play Scrabble, just be. And I got to do that for a week. It was fabulous because I spent a lot of time paying attention to where I was and what I was doing, what I was saying or not saying. And I recognized, as fleeting as life is these days, that might be my last chance to physically be with my sisters, which made me terribly sad, but very mindful. So, I'm a work in progress. Anything you hear me talk about is something I am working on. I have mastered nothing other than being super aware of all the things I need to master before I go. And I want to be more present. And it is truly the best present you can give someone. And so this Christmas, for the first time, ever, fully ever, I haven't stressed about what I'm giving people. Most of my friends are of an age they have everything they need. They need nothing. They want for nothing. Anything they need or want, they get. And trying to be super duper creative or give them something I don't think they would enjoy or want exhausts me. It's not good for them. The money could be better spent in charities. So what am I going to get them? Me. With all my flaws and all my difficulties and all my messes, I'm going to give them me. The best me that I can manage to present, I will present. And that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe it's a lunch. Maybe it's a phone call. But I'm doing a better job of telling people when I'm not paying attention. You'll have to excuse me. I've got 800 things on my mind right now. Can we do this tomorrow? And then I listen for the response, and sometimes you find out, no, tomorrow's not going to work. They need you now. And sometimes you're going to find out, yeah, it would be better if I could have your attention. We give people often the least of us. We run through their town and say, I was just driving through, thought of you. Stop. Stop for 5 minutes. 5 minutes of undivided attention is so cool because it says, I stopped everything for you. What a present that is. I listened to a talk yesterday that really moved me, and it was a guy saying, We need to stop apologizing for our gifts, especially when they're homemade crafts and home-baked goods. We have a tendency to apologize like they're not good enough because they're not store-bought. And he said, we need to stop apologizing for any offering or expression of love. Isn't that good? So in this moment, when we do our Gumby Chronicles together, I want you to know that I am fully present on every word. I craft each word with his help to try to impart to you some of my heart. And I hope to carry that into all the different aspects of my life. Once you become aware that you have an inability to focus and concentrate, you become hyper aware of when you're not. I want to do better. I don't want to give y'all the least of me. I want you to get the very best. And that's the best present I can give. Be careful out there. We're all under winter warning. Be careful out there. Thanks for watching.